Welcome. I am the Stormster DM, and today we're going to be talking about the nation of Prismat. As you have been seeing over the last two shorts I've posted, we're going to be talking about Prismat, the magical kingdom, and the continent of Sahara. Prismat is said to be the reason that the gods have abandoned Sahara. So, as you can take a look at the world map, I'm going to show you that Sahara is this continent, if you will. It's in the bottom left corner of the map on a much grander scale. As I was saying, Prisma is said to be the reason that the gods have abandoned Sahara. Sahara has been godless for hundreds of years. As the mage's power has some of the responsibility for changing the ages. So for the last 6 incidents of an age change, of entering a new era, it's all been due to the mages of Prismat. It's not just this continent. It's over the entire world. So when we get into it, Prismat is governed by the council. The council is a group of mages. It's about nine. I think it's nine of them. It's called Spectrum because like all of the colors of the rainbow, every color has a respective member. And each respective member, their color doesn't have to align with them. It was just something they decided in the beginning. They were like, oh, this was a good idea to separate each individual without each individual being all the same, or, oh, you're just a red robe mage, or you're a white mage. No, they just wear the robes to show that, oh, they're a part of the council. And they only wear those in formal settings. So, like I said, and the only thing that one of the few rules that they do live by is these mages live by knowledge is power. So, if knowledge could end the world, or you have the knowledge to decimate anything in your way, they support it due to you gaining that knowledge through your own abilities and learning about the world itself. So, as I said, they're more of a. It's not. They're more of a. You are as strong as however you are due to you gathering your knowledge. So nothing in the world is ever stopping you but yourself. Like I said, as long as you earn it, they do not care. There are many rules, like, just to keep them from killing each other. So, like, one of the rules is, like, if there's a major decision, like they have had in the past where they had to use great magics to change entire, like, eras, they all have to be in agreement. So, like, it's have to be all council members saying, nine council members saying, yes, I agree to this, before they make such a large change. As I said, the council is an absolution. So, like I said, there's no, oh, well, they said no, so I'm going to say yes, just to, like, be a pity person. No, you all have to agree they're going to make a large decision. Like I said, and as you will know, every person inside of the council has had their title for years. And it's not just like, oh, these are just figureheads who just sit around. No, these people are active. As I said, their number one rule is knowledge is power. So you have to be actively gaining knowledge and not just sitting around not doing nothing with the knowledge that you gain. So they earned their spot through a magic duel. So a magic duel is either to the death or to the draw, where mages they pick their spells and they see which ones can combat another mage. There's, as I have said earlier, there's no clerics in this kingdom or in this continent due to the mages here. upsetting the gods and making them be abandon the whole continent. As I said, they earn their rank through magical duels or through merit. Like so, if you have enough like magical duels, like you have to have like someone watching you do the duel. Like you get points. I mean, it's a way to track it. I forgot how I set it up, but you would track that. And so, like when you have so many, you could go and you can challenge any person on the council into a duel. But like I said, this is to the death or to the draw, and there's no in between. Like I said, their greatest phrase is the pursuit of knowledge is power. But the one thing about the nation, like geographical wise, is very small. It's about 15,000 people. Not all of them are mages either, but as I said, those due to the mages making grand decisions and gestures over the years, ending ages, and that and it all started about 500 years ago. So about 500 years ago, there's this thing called the mage hunt. The mages had did what they had normally done and made used the wish spell and eradicated a race of half elf and half orcs, as they were seen to have like too much potential. Like their potential was astounding. So the mages had to snuff that out because there was something they couldn't control, nor did they come up with. It was a natural thing. So, as they said, so like the rest of the creatures and inhabitants of the continent, they felt like, oh wow, if they can eradicate the whole race, they could do this to us. So they all band together. It didn't matter. It was elves, it was half elves, it was orcs, it was half orcs, it was gnomes, it was a lot of things who weren't just mage oriented or mage adjacent or magically inclined. So that's when they began the mage hunt. Thousands upon thousands of people were just eradicated and slaughtered. From teachers to the worksmen to children, anyone using magic at that time, about 500 years ago, they were getting eradicated. They had to make sure that they couldn't get those numbers back up. So they just went on and took them out. Hey, anything didn't have a chance to have a potential revenge saga or story. They were just wiping them out just so that they weren't themselves being in a situation where they get eradicated. They said the war lasts only but 16 years, but 16 years is a long time for thousands and thousands of people, especially with magic users who can just swing in spells. There were thousands of thousands on the mage side. It was hundreds of thousands of the other people. And that's what was so scary to them. Like, wow, we only getting thousands of them, they're getting hundreds of thousands of us. It was not a fair fight at all. But the mages eventually they had to gather all the magical people and all of the magical beings that they had been allowing to come inside their kingdom. They were all forced into the small area which is now Prismat, and they made a deal. They said they would remain inside of this area and pursue their knowledge, and they won't use another wish spell to eradicate another race. Wet, but the I don't know what I want to call the people who were against it. The union? I don't know. That sounds the anti. No, I think of it. But they they sat there and they were like, no, that's not enough. So they decided to imply, what is it? Employ a few of the mages who used anti magic, and then they began making anti magic talismans, which began to make a anti magic barrier all the way around Prismat. This was to make sure that they didn't do anything outrageous, and those mages who decided to side with the Union, they were called the Blue Face, as in they were blue in the face due to having to do this to their fellow magic users, but they also seen the wrong in what they were doing. Blue faces wear masks. Like, if you're a blue face, you have to wear a blue mask signaling that you are a mage, as well as, oh wow, you chose to side against your own fellow brethren of magic users. So the Prismat people hate blue faces, but the kingdom they use them as tools. Now, as I said, it's the big blue mark, so that they are known for what they did. And some even call them, like the blue faces, oh, the scorn, because they scorn their own kind. So yeah, that's a little bit of lore. After the war, the mages had signed the treaty, and there were 6 mages who are on the current council from then. Now the current council is back up to 9, and their goal is to return. See, this is the whole goal of Prismat. They're trying to earn their power back. This is from their side. Prismat is trying to earn the power to gain more knowledge. So the Union going against them and placing them in such this small enclosure is going against them in their pursuit of knowledge. So that right now they're trying to figure out a way to do it. I think that's where I'm gonna let the PCs or whoever I get to play in this campaign will do. They will be the first group of people first that the council send to the other side of the continent and try to establish a new ground, as they will. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on because the mages are never really trapped. They were just hiding, not hiding it, but they were just following so that they could stop the bloodshed. They could still use the magic, ridiculous amount of magic, but that's where I'm gonna end for today. I know I sound like I've rambled a lot. I might have to clear this up when I edit it out, but it's your boy, the Storm's the DM, and I'm out. Peace.